All those that have been asking themselves, why isn't Casemiro not starting for Manchester United? Obviously, Rio Ferdinand, one of the Manchester United's legends. I call them because he won very many Premier League titles, like 5, I remember, 5 or 6. He won the Champions League. He played 3 Champions League finales for Manchester United. He won the FA Cup. He won everything that every player would love to have won by the time he really accomplishes club football at Manchester United. Most expensive defender, brought in 2002 at £25 million from Leeds to Manchester United. Rio Ferdinand has thrown in some words that most of you are really going to react to, and I'm going to react to them too, and most of you are going to be shocked with my reaction to them because I really have a different angle in which I'm really viewing his view in there for you. Then Ronaldo, Cristiano, Fabrizio Romano telling us what Ronaldo is all about, and then lastly, Frenkie de Jong, United is still on the ladder of observing Frenkie de Jong, meaning that Erik ten Hag really wants Frenkie de Jong to be delivered at Manchester United. All these stories delivered to you by Fabrizio Romano, quite a good source. And as we speak now, guys, Liverpool, after suffering a 2-1 at Old Trafford, they are away in Italy and Napoli is beating them for fun. First half, 45 minutes played, 3-0. Napoli 3, Liverpool 0. If at all you want to get to know more about that when the game is done, go on to the Rokani Media Football. Search for that channel known as Rokani Media Football. That's where I talk anything that is not Manchester United. But on this channel, it's strictly Manchester United. Subscribe, guys, to this channel. Remember, we want to hit 9,000 subscribers before this month ends, and I know you're going to make it happen. And you guys, thank you very much. Rokan David is my name, and obviously let's get into these stories, a little bit of transfer news and updates from Manchester United. And this is the second last video, one more video left to really entertain you guys. Today, Ferdinand via the 5 UK, he came up and told us that everyone is wondering why Casemiro isn't playing, but this team are winning. And I know as a player it's hard to change a winning team, especially when they've been searching for some consistency for a very long time. Yeah, he has a point in what he's saying, that all of us are asking ourselves, why is Casemiro not starting for Manchester United? It's really very hard to absorb and really admit. You know, it's a reality check that comes in through, and you ask yourself, how can a world's best midfielder or central midfielder play from the bench 3 times in the row and he's not starting ahead of Scott McTominay? That's a very big question that many people are asking themselves. Even me, I'm asking myself. But when you look at what Ferdinand is saying, for this I'm going to agree with him, though later I won't agree with what he's saying. But for this, I might say he is right. He is reading Erik ten Hag's mind like a book. Obviously, a team of United has been lacking consistency ever since we drew against Aston Villa in the preseason. After that, we were beaten by Atletico Madrid 1-0 and then drew with Rayo Vallecano 1-1 at Old Trafford. Then later, our first 2 games were really abysmal. We lost to Brighton at Old Trafford 2-1 and we were beaten by Brentford 4 goals to nil. So after that, we've gone on a run of 4 games unbeaten, and obviously the team that Erik ten Hag lined up to discipline Liverpool at Old Trafford, it has been unchanged until the game of Arsenal that we played. So we are waiting to see whether tomorrow he's going to make his first changes. Obviously, the changes are supposed to be made. They are calling and obviously want them to be. But for any manager who wants consistency, Ferdinand is saying, searching for some consistency for a long time. Obviously, we've been searching for consistency and the pressure was mounting on him. And obviously, he jumped out of the conversation of not being the right manager for the job, that he comes in from Eredivisie. He doesn't know the Premier League. You know, for the first 2 games, people came out and really slated him and said he's not the right manager for the job, forgetting that management is not all about who you have been coaching from. Sir Alex Ferguson came in from Aberdeen and came in at Manchester United and changed everything. He did things that managers who are really known all over the world have failed to do. So coaching and management is just something that is applied and talent. And it's all about knowing how to manage players right now. So Erik ten Hag looks like he's a very good man manager and he's a very good coach. So he steps on the field of play while they're training and he knows how to improve a certain player and he makes a decision on who is going to play and who is not going to start on merit, depending on what the training session reports were. So consistency is being wanted at Manchester United, and if at all he never really changed, if at all he never really changed from United being defeated to United being to a winning United, obviously would have been in contention to be sacked, as you saw a man who got Thomas Tuchel. That's it. But obviously, his consistency and not changing his winning team has held him to the level of being hailed by everyone who was letting him, even when United were in for him and Pochettino and they had not yet made a decision. And very many pundits, ex-players of Manchester United, were so much leaning onto the Pochettino side. But this man came out and really disapproved them all. And obviously that's what Ferdinand is talking about. For that, I'm okay with Ferdinand and I agree with him. I agree with him that with the consistency that we've been calling for, obviously, you have to see a player who goes by the name of Casemiro benched and Scott McTominay, who is, by the way, putting in a very good performance, especially that game of Arsenal. For those games of Liverpool, Leicester City and Southampton, I saw him doing a lot of running. But for the game of Arsenal, there is the way he showed me that he's improving game after game. He received the ball a half turn. He does a lot of forward passing. He even hits sideway passes. Scott McTominay has totally improved to a player that we never saw improve to this level. So he's really improved, and I really believe that he's starting ahead of Casemiro on merit. Then he went ahead to tell us that if they continue keeping on winning, it's going to be difficult for Casemiro to get into this team at the moment, no matter how good he is. And I think he's the best holding midfielder in the world right now. This is where I disagree with with Rio Ferdinand, our former. He captained United. He really played very well alongside Nemanja Vidic and Evans, Wes Brown, and very many others, Phil Jones and the Skummelings of this world. But this is where I really disagree with him. I don't believe that Scott McTominay is going to be into that position for a very long time. Do you know why? You can't convince your bosses to go in and bring in more players. You get? When they brought or delivered a player, £70 million, you agreed to bring him and you're not starting him. And obviously, even Erik ten Hag knows that Casemiro is 100% better than Scott McTominay. Every aspect that Scott McTominay has, Casemiro beats him by far. He's strong, he's energetic, and there are things that he does. That one-touch passing, I've not seen Scott McTominay do it, but he's good. But he has not yet shown that at one-touch passing is okay. But he nowadays controls and half turn. He turns very well. He does not hide himself. But all of that, when you look at Casemiro and what has been doing in the world of football, it's 100%. It's 100% undoubtable that he's going to come into that team. Obviously, to me, I really believe that the problem as to why Casemiro never came into the starting 11 of Manchester United is simple, as confirmed to us by Erik ten Hag, that he had not played any 90 minutes ever since the season started. That's it. For that, I agree, because in the game of Malaga, was it Malaga or Almeria, they really won by 2-1. Casemiro came in and played only 30 minutes. So, even if you look at him playing in the Premier League, you see him making at least one sloppy pass every game, but the rest of the passes are okay, but he makes a sloppy pass every game. Even in the game of Arsenal, you saw him make a sloppy pass, and obviously Arsenal got that ball, they passed it to Gabriel Jesus, and obviously Harry Maguire got hold of him and was given a yellow card because of that sloppy pass made by Casemiro in the middle of the park. But I really believe that he needs time to adapt and grow into the United side. The good thing is that he has been signed for 5 years and is here for so long. And I know tomorrow when you're playing a team which goes on Rio Ferdinand, he's going to be one of those players to bless the field. And I know he's going to play his first close to 70 or 80 minutes on the field of play, and he's going to show Erik ten Hag that, please, I'm the one supposed to be playing in the field. But for me, I really like this. I don't agree with Rio Ferdinand. I like this because we are now having a manager who really deploys or puts players on the field of play by merit. And secondly, players are going to use tomorrow's game to prove to the manager that, please, we are also ready to come in and put in a shift for that team of United. So that's what I really love it. That's what I really love about the spirit that United is putting up. So Casemiro will get into this team. And Ferdinand saying that if United keep winning, Casemiro is going to find it hard to get in this team. I think he's going to get in this team because time is going to come, like when you're playing a team like Man City, when Scott McTominay is going to be taken all out to play it out of the game. And obviously, you get to know that there are games that Casemiro is needed to start. And obviously, time will come when Ten Hag gets to know that, all right, it's now the time for Casemiro. The problem is he came in late. And trust me, if at all Casemiro was here in the preseason, would Scott McTominay be starting? I doubt. But the problem is he came in late, so he has to get to know the movements of his other players. And I've seen most of the sloppy passes that Casemiro has been doing, goal making, are all a cause or as a result of not knowing the movements of his fellow players. And his fellow players have not known how he plays. So with time, when they really got adapted to him, obviously, he's going to be a starter for Manchester United. Then he said, lastly, this is fed out on Casemiro, that the manager is more interested in the culture and the team over individuals. This is something that every team that thrives is built all about. But obviously, trust me, a question asked you that Casemiro at Real Madrid and Scott McTominay, who do you start? Obviously Casemiro. And how do you prove to me that the coming in of Casemiro isn't the result as to why Scott McTominay has really gone ahead to read up his game? Because he knows that his position is under threat and he has to go on and really ask the manager, how can I play? And Erik ten Hag being a very good coach, you get, and a man-to-man coach and manager, he has gone ahead to help him thrive into a player that he wants. And obviously, Casemiro doesn't need to go through all those. You get, he's a finished product, he's a finished article at Old Trafford, and I expect him to come in and really thrive. So, for the manager, keeping up his team consistently because he has been winning and we had lost the first two games, that's okay from Rio Ferdinand. But what I don't agree with, that is Casemiro is going to find it hard to get in that team of Manchester United if it keeps on winning. I doubt that. That's where I really disagree with Rio Ferdinand. But for the rest, I agree with him, even with this last quote of his, that the manager is more interested in the culture and the team over individuals. Yeah, he's right, but trust me, Casemiro in that central defensive midfield, he gets you more than what Scott McTominay gets you. I mean, Scott McTominay having played very well, but Casemiro, when he gets fit into that team, trust me, I doubt that Scott McTominay will always make it. Maybe they will always play in a double midfield pivot together with Eriksen playing ahead of him. Now, Fabrizio Romano, via the quote offside, he went ahead to let us know that Frenkie de Jong, as for the future, so far, the situation is totally quiet. Frenkie wanted to stay at Barcelona and there are no immediate updates. And he went ahead to let us know that, let me put it on the wide view. He told us that certainly Manchester United and Chelsea will monitor the situation, but they know that De Jong only wanted Barca with great clarity all the summer. So it will take months before we understand the next developments in the for you. So Frenkie de Jong wanted only and only Barcelona. He wanted to start Barcelona. And obviously it would have seen him start into the central defense midfield of Barcelona, and I think they're leading by 2-0. But it looks like Erik ten Hag is an admirer of Frenkie de Jong. And when we see all this going on and flowing this way, and still in the news that United and Chelsea are monitoring Frenkie de Jong, it shows you that one day, one time, don't be surprised when you see Frenkie de Jong playing for Manchester United. Obviously, Erik ten Hag will continue to pursue and persuade him to join Manchester United. To me, I believe that you add Frenkie de Jong to that team, it turns into a Premier League winning team. Imagine a midfield when you're playing Casemiro, Frenkie de Jong, and Eriksen. That's a Premier League winning team. On the bench having Danny Van Beek, Bruno Fernandes, Scott McTominay, Freddy Rodriguez. What a team. And the big question always remains, how is the manager going to make all those players happy? Obviously, one will tell you that Casemiro was not in the equation, not until the De Jong deal hit a dead end. So meaning that we wouldn't have had Casemiro if we brought in Frenkie de Jong. But obviously, for my case, I always called in for another central defense midfielder, because by then I never trusted Scott McTominay. I never thought he was going to improve to a player I'm seeing right now. And with time, he might end up this season totally improved. You get? So, De Jong situation, United still monitoring Frenkie de Jong, and they're 100% sure that they'll get him and deliver him at Old Trafford. That's what Fabrizio has really told us, that let's wait and see what the next developments are going to be. And I really believe that Frenkie de Jong one time, he'll make a decision like Casemiro and join United, provided a player who goes by the names of, provided a manager, Erik ten Hag, is still available at Manchester United, because he knows what it's all about. Frenkie de Jong, to me, add him to Casemiro in a double midfield pivot. Oh my God, you can outbeat Manchester City, Liverpool, Real Madrid, because you'll be having two of the best central midfielders in the world. And where are the games of football won and lost? In the midfield area. Eriksen ahead of them. You see Eriksen playing as a deep-lying midfielder, but he can really see out such passes for people like Bruno and Rashford and so on and so forth. Then, just ask yourself, put an imagination, paint a picture of how it will be if at all he's having Frenkie de Jong, who is one of the best passers of the ball in the world, with Casemiro behind him and Eriksen playing ahead of him. Obviously, the other two are giving him the insurance of doing whatever he wants. And maybe you might even find that Ten Hag might change it this way. Eriksen, Casemiro playing deep, and Frenkie de Jong playing ahead of them. So, I don't know how we'll do it, but obviously, United will look better in there for you. But we are still monitoring the Frenkie de Jong situation. However much he says once we start Barcelona, Ten Hag believes this player can come in at Manchester United. And obviously, Fabrizio Romano said it on his Quote Offside podcast. So, that is what he said about it. And then, Fabrizio Romano went ahead to let us know about the following. Cristiano Ronaldo, he said, it's true that Ronaldo missed a lot of pre-season, and while this was primarily for personal reasons, it is also true that his agent, Jorge Mendes, spoke to several clubs about a possible deal. That's it. So, this is something that Fabrizio Romano is confirming from the horse's mouth of the manager of Manchester United, Erik ten Hag. Ten Hag said, the problem of Ronaldo is that he never worked with us in the preseason. It's a different team altogether. It's not the team that he played with. We are playing a different system. So, to play this system that we are playing right now, you need to be very, very, very fit. And it calls for a lot of energy. And Ronaldo needs to work hard and really make the fitness levels in there for you. Fabrizio has went to confirm it and has said, Jorge Mendes spoke to several clubs about a possible deal in there for you. And I wonder, Fabrizio came out after the deadline day and said that Ronaldo never wanted to leave United, never prioritized leaving it. And now you're telling us that they were working on the deal. So I don't know how it really came out through, but obviously I really believe something needs to be put on pen and paper to really go ahead and really give us real truth about it. Then he continued to let us know that this is Fabrizio Romano, that still all sources now tell me that Cristiano is working at the best level. He has never created a problem in the training sessions and is respecting all the decisions of Erik ten Hag. Obviously, Ten Hag told us that he wants to make Ronaldo his friend and he wants to fit him into his starting 11, but he needs to work hard and be there. Obviously, Ronaldo sees lots of things happening at Manchester United, and he has never had a problem with Erik ten Hag because he's giving them the best of training that every player enjoys. Trust me, the players at United are enjoying every drill Erik ten Hag and his fellow coaching staff are really taking through them. And recently introduced one of the strikers I saw from Africa, Ben McCarthy, thrive onto the world continent, do the needful, and obviously get us to the level where we are supposed to be. And as I speak now, everything is really going on well at Manchester United and they are enjoying the training. Erik ten Hag obviously told Ronaldo, when you get fit, you are going to go in and start. And today I saw a post of Ronaldo on Instagram saying that tomorrow he's ready. And obviously tomorrow, we all know that he's going to start. He's leading the line with Casemiro. If at all you missed out onto that video, go into the subscription button. I'm going to put the link of that video there. United is predicted lineup and match preview versus Rio Sociedad. Expect Ronaldo, Casemiro to start as you see them on the picture. onto your, this is the left, right? On your left in the for you, and do the needful, and we do the needful, and we talk to them in the for you. But they're going to start. But Store says Ronaldo is maintaining discipline at United. But obviously, there is a story that is maturing that Ronaldo might go to a side which goes by the names of Chelsea in January, because they sacked Thomas Tuchel, who said no to him. And obviously, he's doing the needful to go on and really help people to play with him at Manchester United. So guys, thank you very much for watching it. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Guys, look at that. You see what's there? Hit onto that subscribe button if at all you've not subscribed, and subscribe to this channel. But your reactions are welcome into the comment section below. Hit that. You see it? It's there. It's the circle. Has the word subscribe, hit it. But your reactions to Casemiro won by Rio Ferdinand on getting into the starting 11 of Manchester United, De Jong still monitored by Manchester United, and obviously Cristiano Ronaldo coming out strong and saying that he's respecting the manager, and Fabrizio has gone ahead to confirm this. Second last video of the day. One more video left. I'm coming back in full swing. I sign out for now. See you later, my mates.